I vlogged about this issue and many people sent messages saying, "You're brave. I understand your position. Some of you are probably scared to discuss this issue." Vaccinating children is a personal choice for many parents, including same-sex parents. I want to mention that this bill is not really about if you should or shouldn't vaccinate. It's more about the state taking away a parent's right to decide what's best for their children. Even with medical exemptions, parents will still be forced to follow the state's decision. I've seen a variety of heated discussions. Some of them say they are concerned about today's vaccines having added chemicals in them, and it seems that children today need more vaccines compared to before with fewer vaccines. At the same time, other perspectives say vaccines are life-saving and used for preventing health issues, so it is needed. I've also seen that many who choose not to vaccinate their children are often scared to talk about it for fear of being judged. Now, I've been following Chelsea Lydell. Chelsea is a deaf mother of 3 children, and she's very open about her choice not to vaccinate her children. My journey with vaccines is a bit ongoing. I gave birth to my first daughter and we planned on vaccinating her, but on a delayed schedule. I read Dr. Sears' The Vaccine book, and it was good. It's very neutral and informative. But over the years, we've learned and heard more and more about the harm done, and babies dying. And something didn't feel right. Finally, the last straw was when I made the connection of my family's history of family members experiencing harm from vaccines. Plus, my family's history of neurological and autoimmune disorders. Those can put my kids at risk of harm from vaccines. That's when I said, that's it. I'm not vaccinating them at all. If kids go to school, many states require that kids must be vaccinated unless they get a special medical exemption from a doctor for various health reasons. It could be a family history of diabetes, asthma, and so on. Right now in California, they're discussing Senate Bill 276. If this bill passes, it could mean the health department could deny a child even if they have a medical exemption. They can still deny them. Chelsea persistently attended meetings to fight this bill and explain why it shouldn't be passed. First of all, there are only 4 reactions that are qualified for exemption. It's awful because there are 25 reactions on the inserts. And the worst part is they must have a reaction first, which means that the damage will already be done. It's pathetic, really. Second, it removes the doctor-patient relationship, and it brings the government in charge of medical decisions, which is illegal. Third, it's already hard to get a medical exemption. The community with immunity, if you believe in that, requires 96% of vaccinations. Sure, we already have that. Only 0.07% of Californians have medical exemptions. Leave us alone. Really, when there's any kind of risk, you must have a choice. Period. If this bill passes, it could drastically change things for Chelsea and her kids. If the bill passes, I'll have to homeschool my kids to be able to stay in California. Unfortunately, I'm a deaf single mom of 3 kids. That's impossible. I can't work and homeschool my kids at the same time. No. We will have to leave the state, unfortunately. It's sad because we have 4 generations of family here from both sides. My parents are here. My family has roots here. I don't want to leave. I'm fighting for my rights to stay in California. It's unfortunate. We'll go back to Chelsea. I'm curious about why many parents out there want to talk about this, but they're scared to. So I vlogged about this issue, and many people sent messages saying, "You're brave. I understand your position. Some of you are probably scared to discuss this issue because of social consequences." And not everyone has a family who is supportive or friends who are supportive of them. They can feel ashamed and excluded from the community. It's unfortunate for me. The fear of staying silent is more risky than going public. I'm lucky to have a family who's supportive. Right now, I'm fighting for my rights to stay in my home state, unfortunately. When it comes to parents' decisions for their children, I realized a lot of things were really personal. I'd love to discuss more about other perspectives of vaccinating and not vaccinating another time. But for this, I'm curious about your thoughts. Should the states have final say in what parents should do about their children? Or should parents have the final say?